What is up, guys? Welcome to a new year of Dragon Ball Super TCG content. Welcome to Deck Tech Tuesdays. Deck Tech Tuesdays will be a series we run where we go over different decks, kind of like the deck profiles we did last year, but I just gave a name to it. So we're going to go over decks starting with this new Gohan deck. This is Son Gohan from set 1. He's a beast. He's actually might be like that weird anti-meta. He's such a rubber band deck. I love him. I got a chance to play with this deck a handful of times. The deck is super rubber bandy, and if you don't know what that means, a rubber band deck is one of those decks where it just kind of gets beat up at first, it's kind of like a rubber band where it stretches. If your opponent's able to break through that rubber band, obviously they win. If they can't break through that rubber band, then obviously it's going to snap back right in their face, and that's like it's going to hit them with the full force of how far they bent it back. This is really pretty much what the deck is like. It runs the leader Son Gohan, and this leader is really fun against Frieza. Mecha Frieza is one of the top decks in the format currently, and also Ginyu. It's good against Ginyu right away, and it's good against a handful of decks right away, because its ability is when this card attacks, if you have more life than your opponent, you draw one card. So if Mecha Frieza is playing their spells, if Ginyu's doing their thing, if Crit Vegeta is doing his thing, you're probably going to be leading in the life. And so this gives him a little bit of a weird edge where he's drawing early with his ability, so it kind of keeps up with those like Crit Vegeta and Mecha Frieza decks. And two, he doesn't mind as much not being awakened. Obviously the stats and all that kind of stuff, he does have a great ability when it awakens, but he doesn't mind not being awakened as much. So this makes this a really fun anti-meta deck. It does have a couple bad matchups, but if your opponent opens up, absolutely beautiful. The rubber band sometimes does break, but this deck is really worth trying out. It runs the infamous Vegeta or the Mighty Mask set, but we're gonna get into that. So first of all, you run 4 copies of Videl, Gohan's partner. This card's really beautiful. It's your blocker of the deck. It's your standard turn, because you're running Gohan as your leader, you can play her without paying her cost. So you can just drop her at any time once you draw her, because you're going to draw her off of his effect and stuff like that. You can just drop her and you have a blocker. That's it works in the tandem where, hey, you need a blocker, and hey, your rubber band deck, so blockers are your best friend. So might as well have a free one. This deck is also red, blue, green. So next we're running Saiyan Kaba. Saiyan Kaba is very interesting in the aspect of it's a bit of a risky card in the aspect of if they stop Kaba's effect, you're not going to be getting off Gohan's effect, the draw effect. But if you do, you're still in the life. You use his effect, you choose one of your life and add it to your hand, so that's another plus. But then you double break, so you break 2 of theirs, so you're still in the lead of prizes. But if they block it, you kind of lose out on his effect right away. Again, if you're playing against like a Mecha Frieza deck, it's gonna switch up back to your favor sooner than later. But that's kind of how the deck is. But it's really nice to put the pressure on. It can put pressure on leaders, which is why I love saving Kaba. Is because if you have the life to pay for it, he can threaten leaders even in Awakened. Next, you have Mighty Mask. Run 4 Mighty Mask. This is the engine of the deck. I'm sure you've seen it in many decks in the past. You've seen it in previous decks of mine, but you discard this card from in play. You choose one Teen Trunks. Wow, Youth Trunks and 1 Goten, and add them to your hand. So you can actually use this effect after battle. A lot of people question it if you can or not, but you can. Well, they question it in the aspect of they don't know, not like is it allowed. For the Mighty Mask, we run 4 of the Trunks, Protector of Children. You choose your 10k boost. It's great that Mighty Mask is able to search out for it. I love it. That's why I love this in the cell version of this build and other stuff like this. So you can search out one of these. So after you've awakened, those guys are your best friend. We run 2 of the vanilla blue ones because we need more blue, and they're 1500s. If you've been around my channel, you know I love vanilla 1500s. They are still just as powerful in set 2. They might see a little bit less play in set 3, but we'll see. And then, last but not least, we have 2 more Gotens. We have Family of Justice, which is the green one. During your turn, if you combo with this, you can kill 3 cost or less, so it's very good if they don't block with their blocker right away. You can just blow it up and they don't get to use their blocker. Or anything that's threatening you, like a TN, or like, this is super great if they combo with TN. They combo with TN to get it into play, which you'll see later in this deck. They combo, get it into play, and you're like, oh man, I don't want them TNing, I don't need them going down to Awakening. You just combo with this, blow up their TN. They're short 2 mana, and they don't have nothing to show for it. And last but not least, we have Leap to the Future Goten, because we do run Gotenks in this deck, and it's really good for searching it out. Super fun, super fun, super fun. And it's great. That's probably your last target, but it's still a nice target. And because we were running the Vegito engine, we're running 4 of each of 3 of the big Gohan. I lied. I just had them out of order. 4 of the big Gohan, 4 of the little Gohan. These guys work beautifully in tandem together. They're so good. These are questionably the best Gohans, bar the green promo one. Like, between these 3, these are the best 3 Gohans in the game. Some of the best cards in the game, actually. These Gohans are just absolutely powerful. That's why the engine is so good, is because you have these Gohans, which are great cards. You play cards like almost every Trunks is good. You have this Protector of Children Trunks, and you have the Unyielding Trunks. And then, like, Goten might be the weakest link, but he was in the show too. But anyway, so we run these Gohans, and between that, you should easily be able to get them in a discard pile for your big ace and mine, Vegito. He is so much fun. This deck usually doesn't rely on going. If it can, it might blow up on 6, because that's Big Gohan's effect. I didn't go over that. But Big Gohan effect, when he attacks, he draws, and once per turn, you can top 6 of your mana, choose all of your opponent's battle cards in their battle area, and KO them. So the combo I love to do is wait till 7th turn, blow up their field, have the mana to protect myself, and then because they were going so hard at me and trying to do all they could to defeat me before I could blow up their field, when I drop these on the next turn, like, I have very few cards in hand, and I just plus so much from, like, this is really what makes this rubber band. This is how it hits you back so hard, because these become 30Ks, and you draw 2 cards when they attack if you have less than 4 cards in hand. They are absolutely huge. Probably these are easily my favorite Vegito in game. I know the other ones have really great effects, but he is easily my favorite. We're running the standard TN because everybody needs to be able to awaken. This game has become a significantly faster pace than when it first started, and being able to go aggro, being able to awaken before your opponent is actually, well, I mean, it's always been good, but it's more aggressive now. The earlier you can do it, because I've seen decks hit it early as turn 2, turn 1 even. Like, I like Mecha Frieza deck, if they go absolutely ham, they can awaken on turn like 1 or 2. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. We run 4 Jirins because this is another one of those cards. I'm sorry, 3 Jirins. This is another one of those cards that just adds to the rubber band aspect. One of defending against the rubber band, defending the rubber band, and coming back from the rubber band. So this, when they're building up their field, hitting you as hard as they can, Jiren just comes in, bops 2 big guys, and gets rid of them. Or afterwards, they summon their 1 guy on their turn, do their thing, you eat their 1 guy and still double break. So he's just he's big because he gets that big fat boost when he first attacks, and 2, he's just able to help you control and fix some of those problems with the rubber band. We are running one Ghost Gotenks, Super Saiyan 3 Ghost Gotenks, the one that allows you to summon beautiful, beautiful tokens. Me personally, I'm running all kinds of Digimon tokens. I love Digimon, it's a personal thing, but he comes out, summons big tokens, and he's good. Because especially with, like I said, the rubber band thing, you're gonna, like, they're pushing at you, you're defending with with whatever you have, and then he just comes out, he's like, oh man, have 4 less, let's everybody attack, now! It's just beautiful. But he has less use than he does in other decks, so that's why we're only running one of them. We're kind of teching him, just to see how he works. I haven't got to play him too much, but I completely understand his use. Moving on to the spells, we have 4 Weeze's Coercion, and 1 Mafuba. I have been thinking about maybe switching out another card to have another Mafuba just for the like I said, that rubber band effect. You negate their stuff. It makes the rubber band hit back even harder. The harder they go in, and the harder they try to capitalize on this, and the more if they fail, like it's just I don't know how to explain it. We're running 3 Sensubin. Great card, absolutely amazing. I love its effect. It's just so good. Especially if you're sitting on that 1 mana, you can turn a Sensubin into a Mafuba. You can turn a Sensubin into two Queez's Coercions. Like that 1 mana just turns into so many mana, and it's just it's so plus. Even actively, even pro or like going aggressive, you can turn an attacking Sensubin into potentially 2 Saiyan Kabbas. Like, it's just absolutely insane, the potential of Sensubin. It always is good, and it probably will continue to be good until there's some kind of rotation or format change or whatever. And last but not least, the card you have to run in this format, 100% have to run in this format. It's hard to argue that this card needs to be played in format, which increases the blue play exponentially in the format, is Objection. Mecha Freeze is running it, Ginyu's running it, obviously Crit Veggie is running it because it's blue. Like, just to be able to keep up with these decks, you have to run at least 3 Objections, arguably 4, but the 4th one is questionable. I'm messing around with only running 3 because late game, obviously it's not the best, because it absolutely does nothing, but Objection's 100% necessary in this format. But this is Rubber Band Gohan. Absolutely love this. Absolutely love this deck. It was super fun to play with. It's definitely I'm gonna call it a weird anti-meta, or a weird counter meta. It has fun matchups against some of the top decks in the format. Not so fun against some of the other ones, but it comes in clutch when you need to. And that rubber band feels so good when it happens. You're just like, it feels such like a Dragon Ball thing. So if you guys like this kind of content, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss any Deck Tech Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, deck profile, almost every Tuesday. We might miss a few. It's life. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys for the next episode. Have a great day. PokeRuss out.